This pair of German blue rams are just about done laying their eggs on this rock. The eggs are relatively easy to care for. You just put them in a safe spot, keep them clean, and then keep the water around them moving. The difficult work for this pair of fish will begin when these eggs hatch and the curious little babies start to swim all over the tank in search of food. The eggs have hatched and the baby fish are now 3 days old. They've used up most of the food in their yolk sacs and they're just now starting to swim for the first time. Those prominent eyes are a common feature that I've seen in every baby fish that I've ever filmed. The babies always seem to have very large eyes. In fact, the eyes develop long before the fins, which almost seem like an afterthought. Here are the same baby fish on the same day, but now their parents have gathered them together on this rock, which is the very same rock that they were born on less than a week ago. This is the male that you see here watching over his babies, but in a moment he's going to trade places with the female, who's about to return with one of the babies in her mouth, which she'll then spit out onto the rock with the others. You see, these fish take turns going out and retrieving fry that have wandered away, while the other parent stays behind to guard the rest of the babies. So the little fish are never left alone for very long, and it's amazing how well this pair of German blue rams work together as a team to care for their young. It isn't easy trying to look after 100 baby fish who won't sit still, but at this early stage of their development, the little fish are still small enough and slow enough to be caught and moved by their parents. But this stage won't last very long as the fry become more and more difficult to catch and move with each passing day. Clean water and lots of live foods are key ingredients to accelerate their growth. They also like their water to be warm, somewhere up around 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 degrees Celsius. They also feel safer and act more naturally in a heavily planted tank where there are lots of places to hide if they feel threatened. Adding driftwood and a few decaying leaves is also helpful for making the water a bit more acidic, which these fish prefer. And like all fish, they do best when their water parameters are kept stable, so it's always better to do small, frequent water changes rather than a really large water change every week or two. Remember, the fish are counting on you to provide them with everything that they need, and in return, the fish will give you everything that they have.